Have you ever wondered how social media knows exactly what videos you want to watch? Well, it's not just luck, it's math. Every time you scroll on social media, an algorithm is building a probability model about you. Social media algorithms are mathematical machine learning models that rank content to maximize user engagement. Your interactions provide data such as likes, watch time, and shares. It then decides what content to show you, and it does this using probability. As we know, probability measures how likely something is to happen. But here it's based on real data. This is called experimental probability. For example, if you like 8 out of 10 basketball videos, the algorithm calculates a probability of 0.8 that you'll like similar content. But instead of calculating just one probability, the algorithm builds what's called a probability distribution. This means it assigns probabilities to many types of content at the same time. For example, it might estimate 80% for sports, 50% for fitness, and 20% for cooking. All these probabilities together form a distribution that represents your interest. The algorithm then compares these values and selects the content with the highest probability, maximizing the chance that you stay engaged. As more data is collected, this distribution becomes more accurate and better represents your behavior. So instead of guessing, social media is constantly updating a full mathematical model to predict what you'll like next.
Algorithms run on more than just probability. There's a system. In that system, it runs on math, specifically functions. Let's take a look. A function is just a rule. You put something in and you get something out. Simple, right? Well, guess what? The input in this case is you. How long you watch, what you like, what you skip, it takes account for all of it. And the output, the endless stream of videos you can't stop watching. So let's model it. Y equals 2x. Here's what that means. X is the time you spend scrolling, Y is how much content the app feeds you, and that 2, that's the rate of change. So as your time increases, the content increases with it. Spend more time, you get more videos. And not just more, but better ones, because the function isn't just increasing. It's using your input to improve the output. But here's where it gets interesting. Real algorithms aren't this simple. They don't just grow, they adapt. Instead of just one variable, they use multiple inputs at the same time. So a more realistic model looks something like this. That means the output isn't controlled just by one factor, but by a combination of behaviors happening all at once. Every second you watch gives the system more data, which means the function is constantly updating itself. In math terms, the relationship isn't fixed, it's dynamic, getting faster, smarter, and more accurate. So what you've got is a feedback loop. You feed the algorithm, and the algorithm feeds you. So yeah, maybe it's not just a habit. Maybe it's just math.
Now let's get into some of the data and similarity and how this groups people. Social media apps don't actually understand you as a person. They understand your data. Every time you like a post, watch a video, or share something, the app records that information. Over time, this builds a statistical profile of your behavior. The algorithm then compares your activity to thousands or even millions of other users using basic statistics. It looks for patterns in what people watch, like, and interact with. If you and a large group of people consistently engage with similar content, like rugby videos or gym posts, the apps group you together. You can think of it like dots on a graph forming clusters, where each cluster represents a group of users with shared interests. And here's a simple mathematical example of how this works. Imagine the app tracks your activity like this. Rugby videos, you watched 8 out of 10 of them. Then you watched some gym videos, and then you like 7 out of 10 of them. Cooking videos, you watched 2 out of 10. Now this can be written as a data point like 872. Now the algorithm compares your data to other users. If another group has values like 962, those data points are very close together. But a user with values like 239 would be much farther away. So mathematically, the algorithm groups users based on how close their data points are. It's essentially comparing numbers and grouping similar patterns. Once you're part of a group, the app predicts what you'll like based on what others in that group have already liked or watched. That's why your feed feels so personalized. It's based not only on you, but on patterns from many people like you. So in reality, you aren't just an individual user, you're part of a data pattern.